see?
I still see that it's offline. Oh, it looks live.
Yeah, live. I don't have my chat bar though. Interesting.
I have my chat up. I can.
You could tell me the questions. I can't see any of the questions today. What's going on here? Already got technical difficulties starting off.
I can't tell how many people are in it either. Is that Cody?
Yeah, Cody's here.
No.
He's live. Yeah, I know. I can't see the questions today, guys. So
Alex Fritz says hi.
all right.
All right, we're live.
Maybe I can see.
It's only been
maybe
30
it's-
streams, Bob. I don't know why we're
That's
beating
all.
ourselves up.
I hit something I shouldn't have hit. Recent events. Somebody will know.
Hey, Alex, we're just trying to figure stuff out. What? We'll
The
get
usual problems. All right, I guess you'll just read the.
I'll read them all. I'll be your commentator.
That's interesting. I don't know why that's gone. All right, so
Okay.
we've got some After Effects stuff today. We got our pencil test going that we can show everybody. And by pencil test.
Casey's here.
All right.
Always nice.
Guys, we're gonna have to. Yeah, Chris will be reading me the questions because I
Yeah,
can't
his
see them.
chat bar is not up, so I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be animating and reading.
Oh wait, no. Did I get my chat bar? No,
Did you
it was
get
just missing. We're good. Let me refresh.
Oh, you got
the
it?
Chat. Yeah.
What
All
was-
right, Lauren's here. It was
And Lauren's here.
off to the
Hey.
side.
The usual suspects.
Alrighty, so I brought everything in After Effects today again, so I didn't even have to open Flash again. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's start with our footage we shot today. We went downstairs to the diner, shot out front.
Don't tell the diner that.
And then we needed a rock. I tried filming a rock, and that was not working. So we cheated here today, and I'll show you our little cheat. So we got our footage, and now we've brought in our girl, and I put my rock in, my Photoshop rock. So we ended up just taking a rock picture out front. I actually took a picture of it on the stoop too to have the same lighting. And then I just animated a little rotation on it quick in After Effects. Right at the right time. And then I also added the shadow layer, which I want to put a little more blur on that actually. Softness. Let's get a little softer. Let's do 50. And I saw somebody actually wrote on YouTube the other day that apparently Real Shadows is no longer available. But I think
Like
I
in After
found, like at Red Giant, they didn't have it anymore.
Really?
But I saw something, I think I found something very similar that was just called Shadows from Real Giant as well.
Yeah.
So it looked a little more involved and complex, but
Do
I
you
think
use
you can.
that a lot? Or?
I use Real Shadows all the time, so it's important to me.
No, that is. Wow. It is.
Alright, so my random previews are going awesome. I'm going to start doing what I did last time and put some highlights on this little girl. I almost wonder, it's a little different. The lighting today is kind of coming at her though. We'll cheat it. Alright, so I'm going to put the girl and the robot in their own comp. Characters all. I'm gonna double up the girl. Gonna alpha, let's do alpha inverted first. Put this on add. Give it a little more like that today. And I'm gonna put a blur on the alpha channel. Or no, actually I want to put a blur on the actual colored one. And I use Gaussian blur as...
Which cartoon would win in a fight, Rocco or SpongeBob?
I win in a fight. I don't know. I would imagine...
SpongeBob has...
It's just a pacifist, so he wouldn't... I feel like Rocco would actually fight. SpongeBob would just be a pacifist. Is that not? Let's try it on this layer. Is that blurring? There we go. Now we're blurred. All right.
SpongeBob also has 17 plus more seasons than.
Well, yeah, that always helps.
He's a more seasoned vet.
All right, so we got a little bit of a highlight on her. Make the girl purple so I know. Keep my file nice and clean. And then I'm gonna do what I did last time.
Rocky versus Rocco then.
Well,
I'm the Stallone guy.
I'm a Stallone guy all the way. Well, except for when it comes to Arnold.
No, that would be
I would pick Arnold every day. Gonna lower the a little. Let's go with 75. Let's see what happens here. All right, and they've got their highlight on them.
Volcano enters the general. All right, Volcano. That's a new name, right?
I think that's a new name. I haven't
All
seen that one
right,
before.
new-
We got a new.
New blood.
All right, so we've got that RAM previewed. Now let's see what she looks like on there. Might want to eat away at her a little more, actually, at her shadow. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna take her. Let's see. All right, so effect, I'm going to do matte simple choker, and that takes away from, I can either take away from what I'm working with there. And go like that. Let's see what that does for me. I'm gonna boost the blur up a little more, 25, since it was really. Alright, let's get.
Weird that there were 9 people watching and I'm the only one commenting. We got other people
There's
commenting.
people commenting. There, well.
We open up the floodgate soon.
Alrighty. So let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good color. Bright wise. Let's see. Oh, I forgot that you know what you did? Do we have a layer of her against matching the rock? Or was that
I
just
never
a weird
did a
frame?
match cut.
Okay.
No. The rock was always.
Okay, it was just a weird
front.
frame then.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay, yeah, no, I thought we had a weird match cut on there.
No, no.
Alright. So she is nice and bright. Okay, so I think we're gonna not mess with putting a shadow on her right now. I think we're gonna try it another way. Because we have this distinct shadow coming from one of the posts on the staircase. I'm gonna try. Where's our character? Let's see. Let's just see the footage by itself. We're gonna make a shadow layer out of just a solid. And I'm gonna kind of grab a dark bluish gray to kind of match what we had there. And I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so we have room. I'm gonna drop the opacity on that so I can see. And I'm gonna do a quick mask. And I'm gonna do one mask like that. I'm gonna feather that. I don't know, we'll say somewhere around 15. Let's see here.
How
Feather
does
that.
the animation get imported? Sorry, I missed the first place.
Oh, yeah, I skipped right over that today because we did that last time. I can show you. I'll open up an Adobe Animate quick actually and show you what we do. So let me, that way I won't screw up my stream. Okay. Now we export everything as a PNG sequence. You can do it as a SWIF as well. I've just never really had a good time with SWIFs. It crashes on me a lot. And you can't really expand the size of a SWIF. Let's go to.
Which is weird because
yeah,
you would think
you can collapse the layer, but then all of a sudden you can't. You can collapse it and expand the size of it, but then you can't really. Half of your effects are not going to work. So, Tiny Town. Just open up. Which one was? What did you have?
If you open up the final.
Okay, I'll open up a new one just right here. All right. Oh, this is the old Tiny Town. Where's? Well, I can show you with this, anyways. So, what I would do. This was the old Tiny Town. Or let's open up the girl one. Okay. So this is the little girl skating in. And I actually already put it all in one symbol. And I have the girl turned off so you don't see her. And I would export just the one thing as a PNG sequence. File, export, video, or movie. I'd pick PNG, and then I would put that into a folder that I have. And I'd export that whole thing. Then I would redo it with the girl turned on. I'd unguide her. I'd guide the board. And export her. And then once I have that done, let me not save these because I don't want to open those in Animate ever again. I then just imported those PNG sequences, which I have here, which shows up on black, but all it exports is just the stuff you draw. It won't export a background at all. Oh, we got Alex. Was that Alex again? Just
yeah, he's asking how we're doing. We're doing great.
all right.
Glad to be doing multiple streams a week.
So let's go back into here. All right, so I was working on, and then I would bring so those PNG sequences are what I was working with before with the character, and I have both of those, and then I can kind of just use them a lot for different effects. So try my shadow layer and my footage layer. Okay. I do another mask over here. This one seems a little sharper, so I'm gonna make this one a bit sharper. All right. What was question? What? Can we collaborate on many of my animated series? I mean, I use Moho, but outsourcing saves time. We've never used Moho. We tried it once for 5 minutes, and it was not for us.
Yeah, Moho.
We do a lot of traditional hand-drawn stuff, so we couldn't. It was not gonna work well for us. All right, I'll make this around 5. So let's see if we now put some shadow on the little girl. Let's see here. You'd want this kind of shadow. I guess we kind of move it up, right? What would the shadow do when it hits her? It would be like it'd be off a bit, right?
Like if the
it would be
sunlight
like
from,
if she was a little bit in that shadow, you'd have a little bit.
Yeah, it would be on top because she's on a different plane. I think she's technically more in Z space.
So we can do like that. I can feather those a little bit more. I'm gonna do 10 for that one, 20 for that one, and now I can use the girl as an alpha, and I'll only show up on her like that, and I'm gonna do a multiply. I'm gonna drop that down a lot to like 20. Let's see what would happen to get her in the shadow a little bit. Yeah, like she wouldn't be in that back shadow. That's too far away, so we're gonna lose that one. Or it's almost like it would just be completely in the shadow from there. Feather that a little more.
Paul Kano, why would you want to change your style? What's bothering you about your current series? Of course.
Take that one.
Call from
Alright.
Toad.
Exit 73 Studios. I think you have the wrong number. This is an animation studio. That's okay.
The doctor's
No problem.
office again.
All right, take care. Good luck. Bye. Play the games. Do we have a similar number as like an arcade?
I wish there was an
I wish
arcade
we-
somewhere
this is
around
an
here. My
arcade.
God.
We'd be able to make even. We'd be making one quarter at a time.
Alright, so that's her. Put a little bit of a shadow on her. I might do a different, so that way the board and the robot end up in the shadow. A little bit darker over there, and a little bit standing out. So let's take that feather down. 40. We'll do 40 on that. Lan Cow? Is that how?
Howlon cow.
Or Cow?
It's nothing
Howlon
much
Cow.
on my style. It's basically the only problem is that I want to experience. Well, we usually don't. I mean, we're such a small studio that we don't really like take on full projects like that. We're more of a short-term kind of animation studio.
Alright, so we got her landing in the shadow a little bit. And then her legs are still kind of sticking out where it would be. Now I'm going to try to put I'm going to do the character shadow. Let's see how that works out. Alright. And I'm going to use Image Lounge Real Shadows, which apparently no longer exists. Shadow only, clipping avoided. Bring this up. And so the rock shadow in the reference photo I took was very much in this direction. I'm going to move that under the rock as well. And I'm going to feather that. Let's put that a softness of 35 on. And we will do fade out of about 0.5. It's had a really dark, distinct shadow when I shot it this morning. Alrighty. And I'm gonna put that on linear burn, just like I did with the other one. I think I changed the color. Can I grab? I'm gonna grab that color number so these shadows are the same color. Alright. Gonna soften that. Let's see here. So this one's at 75, that one's at 85, so we'll make it the same. So the
Real
shadows
shadow outfits blind. She missed something. Did you miss? Lauren miss something?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, somebody told me last week on YouTube that the real shadows no longer exist. It was Red Giant. Let's see if I could even find what. I think it's just called Shadows now. It looked pretty similar. Let's see here. VFX Shadow. It looked like it was the same thing now. Put that in the chat. Alright, can I put that in? Yeah. Let's see. I believe that's what it is now. It looks like it does the similar thing with the shadow on the wall in the picture, at least. But yeah, I use this a lot for the ground shadows. All right, let's see. Let's make this a little. The thing is, I'm probably gonna have to animate it a bit today. I'm gonna drop that down to. What'd you break over there?
Maybe the file. I don't know.
Casey Snipe, you just can't listen to what other people say about what you. That's the problem with the internet. They'll scream about something.
Maybe that's Sunday to see my animations. Say, what are you using this?
Plug. It's just there's so many. It's just an effect, is all it really is. Yeah, you know what I might end up doing actually is copying all this. I did this last week too, or 2 weeks ago.
We mostly use these plugins too as just sort of like icing on a cake. Yeah, we you know, if we have to animate something, we have to.
So that kind of works. That's weird because these shadows look so dark compared to the one behind it. But if I look at my rock reference, it was really dark. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. Okay. So it might work actually. They might be on the same. Kind of had them on the same plane the whole time, didn't you? Let's see. No, you know what? I'm gonna make this easier by taking the PNG sequence, the original PNG sequences again. I'm gonna paste them out here. So there they are. I'm gonna take the real shadows effect plugin, whatever you want to call it, and paste that on both of those. And I'm gonna get rid of that shadow. Did this girl not get it? Where is it? I'm gonna put both of them on linear burn. Okay. So that way they can each have their own shadow and not affect one another's levels, like the ground level. So we'll get the girl right first, and we might even have to animate it a bit. That's the cool thing with this plugin. So when she hits right about there, I'm gonna. Where does she hit? I'm gonna also put this to half res so we can see what we're doing right now. Alright, so we can animate those lines. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and since it's just doing the shadow on a PNG sequence, it's you know, it's not going to follow her around as well as it should. If it was just a PNG sequence where the guy didn't move from one side of the screen to the other, it would be different. We could probably even put this shadow over the rock at one point. Okay, that's where her shadow turns on. Animation takes a very long time. That is, that's
no.
not a.
It's
A lot of people get turned off by it very quickly when they see it's not as easy as they had hoped. I remember it just in
students before, and they're just like, this isn't for me.
or just everybody thinks there's gonna be a faster way to do it, and there really isn't. And then they got weeded out of college very quickly. It was my first year in college. There was, I don't think half of the kids ended up either staying in animation, or there's so many people left it to try to do other kinds of art. Just kind of watching to see what her body does. I think that's fine there. Let's see. When does she start? She starts to move that leg. So we're gonna move the shadow up a little bit, cheat it up.
When I post simple pixel animation on Insta, people reply, "What app do I use to make it move?" Say frame by frame.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, no.
That's because everybody
People
thinks
ask
there's
us
gonna
that all
be
the time,
like
yeah.
a plugin to just make it pixel. I don't know.
I've tried.
We tried our best
I
to
really tried to take like just
make
regular
it.
drawings and make it pixel, but it never.
I saw them do it. I used to work with a lot of people that now are on Peg and Cat, and I was caught at Peg and Cat the other day where they did that. I know exactly how they tried to make it look like pixel.
How they do it.
And it was just like that mosaic thing where it's weird because it's not how pixel art would be done, so it just looked like an out of focus drawing.
No,
it didn't
just
look
looks like
right.
a low-res
Yeah.
kind of thing. No, there really only is. Casey, do you have any pixel art you could share? I love pixel
We have
art.
is Nicholas.
Oh,
our
and Nicholas
first?
Neighborhoods. First stream. Not yet, but the AI is coming soon. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, so like the shadows rising up on her here, so I'm gonna quick animate that into. Move
Bring it
down
on,
a
I say.
hair.
Let these old fingers take a break.
It's gonna be like we're gonna be what's the guy with the John Henry or whatever. What's it?
The John Henry, you just cut through a mountain.
Oh, what's the other man? I can't think of the other guy. My brain's
Paul
not working.
Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan. That's what I'm thinking of. I'll just be the blue ox.
Yeah, Casey, we'd love to see some of your pixel art. I find all pixel art fascinating.
All right, so we're gonna. Animate. She's moving back in space, so we're gonna move. This back in space. She's so far off that you barely see that shadow anyways. Alright, let's see. I'm going to turn off this other shadow right now too so I don't see it.
I want a robot to take over producer's jobs.
That would be too easy.
That's just the simple email, like just a out of the office email chain. Yeah. Or it could just be a robot that simply comes in and turns off Flash while I'm in the middle of a drawing and say start over.
That's a good...
That happens.
That's a good note. That's always a good note.
Or why not try this? Could you make it edgier?
Edgier is one of the most common notes we've ever heard. But not at first. Usually it's just like... First, it's do what you want. Then that's like, not what we want.
Style. Oh,
but not like that.
I think that's right.
We know Cody can't, so we gotta leave it up to Andrew to get that part.
Where's Cody?
I don't know.
We need Dong and Cody back on our screens.
Cody's hanging out in his garage.
He got garage rock.
Alright, now we're gonna animate the robot shadow. Alright, let's see here.
Guys, I love your work and style. I understand that you use traditional animation in Flash. Yes. Bob, I'm doing some traditional animation now for this, some debris layer that Bob might be able to add into this when he's finished.
Yeah, well actually maybe we'll show the export process for that. Alrighty.
But yes, it's mostly frame by frame. With Flash cheats though. We do cheats for like camera moves and stuff. Or I guess it's not a cheat, but
board now. It goes up off screen for a second there, right? Alright. The long, tedious process of trying to get these shadows to work right. Board actually hits the ground. So we'll get that shadow right. When did I move hers all about? What happened here? Great. So hers got messed up too. Cool.
Restart.
I'll have to redo that.
Make it edgier.
Gonna have to make it a lot edgier. Must have moved the layer at one point trying to grab the... That's cool.
Not like that.
I must have moved the whole layer at one point like a dingus. Yep, just like that. That's how you did it. Yep. I guess you gotta move every little... Okay. Let's see here. Boy, that RAM preview's getting all kinds of screwed up. What is going on?
A lot can go wrong in this
So-
program, I feel like.
Yeah, it hasn't been working, so... It's like making extra frames. Yeah, like what is that? Do a save and a
A
purge.
reboot.
She's like glitching all over the place. It's like picking random frames. So I go do something else and then come back. Can purge the whole thing too. That's probably what it's gonna need.
Yeah, we animated those commercials a couple years ago. They were fun.
This Saturday morning
yeah,
ones.
Saturday, yay! We didn't write them though, so you can't blame us for that.
Let's save this and let me purge. It's been a while. This could go bad.
What, purging?
Yeah. I don't know what it ever did. I think it was just a buildup of too many RAM previews saved on your desktop.
Oh, that's where they
Or
say.
or wherever it's saved to. I know nothing about that. Other than it's gonna take a while. Alright, now it's just not gonna work at all. Alright, wait patiently for a second here. And then I'll give
We'll
it
be
the
back for
old
something.
the old
Uh-oh.
there we go. Gotta redo all of its
Just have to
thinking
redo
now.
the whole thing.
Alright, let's see if this messes up now. Yeah, it's doing it again. Is there a problem in my...
Is it the footage itself, you think?
Yeah, I'm wondering if the PNG sequence...
It's not matching.
It's having a weird time doing RAM previews, let me tell you. I don't know what the heck it's doing. It's just, oh, and you know what? It's like at a certain percentage. It's just, no, it's
Oh,
still,
I've seen that.
no, it's doing something real random. It's like adding frames. Let me do a whole RAM preview of the thing and see what happens. I don't know if the PNG sequence got messed up.
You want me to re-export the PNGs?
Yeah, like look at this. It's doing some weird... It's fine when you scrub through. Oh no. It's like glitching.
Oh, it's like mixing frames
It's
almost.
like mixing up frames somehow.
Yeah.
Let me close the project down quick and give it a restart. Well, there you go, After Effects. I guess I don't use After Effects enough to realize it's probably just as bad as Adobe Animate.
I could re-export them too.
It can't be that because it's been fine, so why would it have gone...
So
It's almost like the RAM preview is messing up. Let's go to characters all. Yeah, no, it's playing fine now. But
so, like,
maybe-
if you rendered it, it would be fine, in other words.
Probably. Yeah, now it's playing fine. It just needed a good reboot. Alright, so let's get back to fixing these shadows.
Boom, boom, boom. I study animation in Paraguay, mostly also taught. Could I ever send you my demo reel for a second? Absolutely. If you want to send
Yeah,
your
send
demo
it
reel
around.
here, you're welcome to do that too. Or if you want to do it privately, we understand that too.
Everybody's very kind here.
Oh yeah, this is a great
kinda-
crowd to show your stuff, and they're all animation enthusiasts, if not animators.
I think I know what's going on. What is going on here? I think I finally figured out this
What?
stupid... I'm gonna have to redo the girl's shadow altogether, I think.
Okay. But that's the PNG's not.
No, it's the... When I moved the layer once, it got everything all screwed up. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So we're just gonna have to... Let's see here. Let's do the position of this. 965, 50 position as this. let's redo her shadow. It's getting real screwed up because it moved too much. Let's copy all this stuff. Alright. So. To make this easier, let's just see these two. Alright, when she lands, we need this shadow moved down. Yeah, my whole layer got moved on me and I got screwed up. So let's keep that around her foot level. Yeah, last time I didn't have to animate the shadows at all. Although we did notice a mistake in the
There was one. No one noticed it though.
This one, she's all over the place.
Oh, I don't know how it is for me.
It's not even Friday out there and people are having
It's Thursday. Thursdays in the summer are the new Fridays.
Let's make sure we're kind of going the same way that Rock Shadow's going. Alright. Although out here it seems like it's always Friday, I don't know.
There's not a lot of people.
There's not a lot of people seem to be working.
Putting in a lot of double entries.
There's just so many people wandering around. I feel like we're getting close to LA traffic out in this island that has nothing. There's nothing out here. I don't know
what.
what.
Turn into LA. It just can't.
Alright, so all that other shadow stuff was probably better. Alright, let's do the board shadow.
Absolutely. Yeah. Here. I'm sending in my email. Wow, I did spell one thing right.
That's our spelling is
That's
Exit 73's downfall. We've misspelled so many. That's been some of
Spelling,
our
color theory, making a profit. Other than that, we're doing great.
We're doing gangbusters. Is life just nuts? Let's get this robot shadow right. Now that I'm getting these shadows right, and we're going to probably use these a lot, because I'm probably going to have to overlap the rock a few times. Try to really make it work. That there. Alright, so now we have to start matching the other shadow. There we go. That's how
That's
you
awesome.
grab the layer on accident. That's what happened to me before. It's not that awesome, by the way.
No, well, the look is awesome. What you're going through, not awesome at all. Whoa, kickback.
I was hoping it was
I'm gonna
a crash.
direct the camera outside.
God, we do have
one
a
day
crash.
just to show you guys like the street, because it's not. It sounds like we're on a freeway. It's a 2-lane, 1-horse town street.
There's not
That
even.
people act like maniacs on.
We haven't had a crash in a while. We used to have a crash every week. There'd be a crash at this light. I'm surprised. I don't know what really has changed that went away. All right, finally got these shadows somewhat right. Random preview to see if these things are wiggling around too much. It's doing its glitching again. I don't know what this is all about. It must be something to do with the real shadows or something. It's never, it's always something. Alright. So, now we've got these shadows here. We are going to need to do... Let's see. So something like this. I'm going to take these two shadows again, duplicate them.
Can I grab that rock? Do we have the placement of the rock that I could put in here just so I could see something for a second? I just want the crash to have a little bit of...
Yes, let me save this. Let's do... If I take like a screenshot.
Yeah, just that's all I need.
Let's see here. Copy that. Send that to you. Alright. Did that send to you? I think I put it in the messenger. Alright, so I have a logo that's still on Twitter.
Cool,
it's a white background. We see the character from Pick Pack, a Canadian comic, throwing my logo. The logo zooms out, they zip into the logo along with Pick Pack Cat, Rudolph, Scraps, Parrot, and Muddy, all of the beat of the music, and upbeat. Logo bumps to the beat off the music twice. I might send you the logo privately as well so you can... Oh no, yeah. We don't reanimate. We're not gonna be reanimating. I don't know. We have our own actual stuff too. We've got to get moving on. Boy, this thing is glitching out like a glitch gremlin. Alright, so that looks about right. Could probably tone those shadows down even though that's what they were supposed to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm bringing these over top of everything. We're going to use this rock. This is going to get real messy here. All right.
That's how
we're getting messier and messier. Alpha matte.
That's why it's called quick and dirty.
Alpha matte. So I'm going to use that rock as the alpha matte. So these shadows, I'm going to move both of them. You know what? Before I do that, actually, let's do this. We'll keep these two separate. Duplicate those. Pre-comp that, and I'm just going to call that shadows all.
We just use those two programs. It's just really a tool, though. All these programs, it comes down to draftsmanship and practice. Really, is the biggest thing.
It's been a long time. We've been doing this for a long time.
A real,
way too long.
I mean, between the two of us, we have almost 40 years of experience.
Oh, did that take off it? Why did that do that? Oh, that's why that did that. Okay. So this has got to be shadows only. Alright, so this is shadows all. And then these I can blur out and lower as well. So this way we get a little bit of that on the rock. I'm going to drop these down to 50%. Effect blur. Gaussian blur. Let's give it like 25. That way the rock will be a little more diffused on the rock. Let's do 40% too and see what that looks like. And I'm going to make those animate down. So I'm going to start the opacity about there. And drop it down to 0 about there. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Boy, it really is weird. It's got to go through the RAM preview a couple times and then it catches up.
Catches up.
What it is. Yeah. No, and then no, that
I feel
doesn't.
the same way walking up the stairs.
It's
like, I need to catch my breath.
It's not even that. It's still doing its own. I've never seen that before. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all if the Adobe program's not.
Actually, we know our compass is right again. Like, oh yeah,
that makes sense. All right, so let's do shadows again. Shadows all. So we have this rock. I'm gonna duplicate that rock. I'm gonna duplicate shadows all. And we're gonna do this at about, what were we at before? 40% opacity. With that blur on it still. And we can get a little bit of her shadow over it. Let's see what that does. And then that way she's got a little bit of her shadow over the rock. Makes that a little more in place. this thing we're gonna turn off right there. Okay. So we got her tripping over. Got our shadows in there. I can always go back and adjust the opacity of the shadows. I think next we'll work on maybe her blasting off. Do some. What could we do there?
I think you do that ripple thing.
Do that ripple, crazy ripple thing we did in Flex.
That always looked nice, I thought.
Well, I feel like as she goes back here, she should also
Yeah, probably change the
get darker
focus.
in color actually too. I'm gonna animate this mask. Make sure she stays in the darkness back there. Okay. We'll do that now. We'll work back here. So she's gonna go take off. So we're gonna do some fun effects to the background here. Let's see our background footage. And you know what? I'm gonna comp these two together. Control Shift C, and I'm gonna make that footage all. Gonna make this comp a little bit bigger than what it was, so we have some space to play with.
Yeah, this is just a typical day of, like, this is how we would work on any project, really. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of Bob and I talking to each other, trying to get everything right.
And then answering our wives with stupid questions about what kind of, pillow should I buy. There's always that option too. One day.
No.
No, I guess
Nowadays.
not.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Right, Zoe?
Well, we missed her teeth. I missed her teeth a few times too.
Did we? Want me to recolor it?
That's alright. I can fix that later.
Yeah.
Alright, so she comes out of that shadow. Alright, so now we've got this footage. I'm wondering what we should do. We'll probably scale it first of all too. We'll do a cool. I'll do 110. Go back to like 98. on easy ease. Let's see what that does. So we got that. We just got to remember now we're going to have to take all of our rock layers. Where's our main rock? Is this the one? So we're going to take all of our rock alphas, parent them to the main rock. Then we're going to parent the rock to the bottom layer. And we're going to put, you know what, we'll put motion blur on that, motion blur on that. Won't turn that on yet though. Oh, we got to do the rock. Shadow's got to do that too. Is that not doing it? Oh no, not that shadow's all. Where's my rock shadow? Here it is. Okay. So let's put a adjustment layer over our. We can do it over this. Control Shift Y. We're gonna call this BG effects. All right, let's try an effect. We're gonna try bulge. Distort bulge. Makes a circle. Well, yeah, we're gonna do a more animated stream tomorrow. We're gonna do our usual blood stream where we do like a Flash MX animation.
Yeah, we'll be doing more sprite animation.
Alright, let's give this a 0 bulge height. It's gonna start like this. So we'll do 400, 400. We're gonna animate it from 0 bulge to 3. We're gonna go, we'll go to light. 1500 by 1500. Does that give us enough to get off? It does. We're gonna go to a bulge height of 0.8 maybe, 0.5. Alright, so our radius we can do. Let's see what happens with that. So all this is doing is making like a bulge effect on the background as she's taking off. So I'm gonna try that. Put eases on all that. Gives it a little sonic wave ripple. Let's get a little more here. Maybe we won't get down. Well, we got to get back down to 0 because we're going to loop, so we need to get back down to 0. We could even not go as much. Let's do 0.3. We could also do another one. Let's see. Sometimes I try 2 with.
Do you want me to export the?
Yeah, export. Actually, you know what? Is it all saved?
Yes. Let me.
Save it as a Save like an extra one. I'm gonna open it in CC quick, and I'll show how we export it quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna file save.
I'm gonna duplicate
And then I'll
this
file
bunch.
save as with CC at the end.
Cool.
Final CC. And the debris is just when they're all on different layers, but I figure you could just put it
As
as
one
one.
thing,
But
yeah.
We can guide everything.
Alright, so we got a nice little ripple effect on the background. Alright, so let me show you quick how we would export this again.
Uh-oh. Will it open?
Will it crash?
Will it
Will it
open in
crash
CC?
before I even...
Will it do it?
Alright, so let's open...
Let's see how long it takes to open.
Okay,
And how big
final
is it?
CC.
It's not too big. Yeah, well.
I guess. Well,
Not
let's
too-
now
Oh!
watch.
Woo!
Let's save it. All right, let's move something.
Oh, wait, let me
like
close mine because it's probably on myself. Okay, you're good. You can
so everything. So where's my new? there's the
Everything's on
bolts.
top.
Okay, so Chris animated a bunch of cool bolts. Okay, so all is. So I'm gonna guide all.
So that, and there's a bunch of layers, so.
I'll just that can all be one
Yes.
thing though, right? So we got a bunch of different bolts, and debris going off.
He's a clunky. She's a clunker.
So let me save. Let me save this. Now let's see what happened. I want to see how big that got from.
We're gonna eat our words. It's not gonna.
No, it's gonna be smaller. No, which one? You had it at 2 megs.
Yeah.
It's now almost. It's 8. It's 8.1 megs for no reason.
Well, you know, it's only quadrupling in size. I don't know what your complaints are.
So I went from 2 megs to 8 megs just from saving it. Just saving it. And I guided something, so I guess that takes a lot of memory.
It has to remember you guided it. So if you open it up in 23 days, you can unguide it.
All right, so I'm gonna export not a Swift. We're gonna do a PNG sequence. Let's put that in our folder system.
Quadrupled in size.
PNGs. I'm gonna call this bolts.
Bolts and gears.
Bolts, and then like that export.
You'll also see how debris covers up any
lot
little
of-
flaw we might have glazed over.
And now it's where do we put?
Quadrupled
I
in
really
size.
did. I don't know why it got so much bigger in size. But now, like, if you had a 30, like, is that what happens to a 30 meg? That's why.
No, I don't. I got a quadruples. It probably only.
But I
adds
mean,
6 megs to
I've
everything.
worked on shows and stuff where the shot is hundreds of megs just for no reason.
It
It always started doing that in all the CS, even CS3. I remember
It could
getting
have been
quite
like-
big.
I don't know. I have that reference photo in the library. Maybe that is.
So now we're gonna import that PNG sequence, and we called that bolts. So now I think it might be easiest now that we already have a comp of all the characters. We're gonna just throw that in there. We'll duplicate the girl.
What is this? Who's writing? It opened. Yeah. It is. It does feel celebratory when it opens. Oh, did I not color one?
No, I think it's with my effects on it. It made
Oh,
it
okay.
brighter. It's a lot of bolts. It's like
No,
Schoolhouse
it's a-
Rock.
It's a clunker. I've been watching BattleBots, so this is.
What's the
You ever watch BattleBots?
like the show where they
It's a
build
show where
them?
they
I've never
robots
seen
just
that.
have at each other. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
There
doing
goes
its
acting
frame
the fool
glitch.
again. Now,
No.
when we? No.
It takes a couple turns, and then the 4th one or 5th one, it starts to go back to not working again. So I don't know. It could have something to do with maybe screen capturing too from
Yeah.
Twitch. So, all right, so we've got those in there now.
Now, will the shadows?
Now
be
they
part of
won't
that
have the shadows.
Might not even need it for the debris.
Probably not. We could.
Yeah, it makes such a difference that we added a real rock. I feel like that's cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could even have like a little bit of that heat.
Heat wave.
That heat
You could
wave
even add like a
going.
purple blur behind it
Yeah.
or something too.
Yeah, we'll try something like that now. Alright, so we've got our effect there. We're gonna put, on top of that, we're gonna make a, we'll do a purplish, pinkish layer, and we will make that around 50%. So we'll start it around here. We're gonna make a little mask. We'll go boom, boom. Alright, so we're gonna do, and I'm gonna try to keep it to Chris's timing. So let's see, we got that there. I'm gonna put this on hold frame. So I just hit, I forget how to even do it here. Let's see, keyframe assistant. Where do you set it to? I just know how to do it by hotkeys. It's Control, Alt, and H, and it's gonna make that a hold frame, which means it won't try to do linear tweens and try to in between your keyframes. All right, so we're gonna make a little mask here. Animated around the board, so it looks like we'll turn this into a glow. We'll leave that trail a little bit longer. So then I'm gonna hold that frame. And also notice that this is all right. This is like the only time I actually use my Cintiq pen for masks in After Effects. Otherwise, I never touch it. What happened to my keyframes there? Cool. This thing is glitching like nuts today.
I wonder if it has something to do with the footage being like when you shoot something on your phone. Is that 30 frames a second now, or what is how?
Or did I? No,
or
I
does
the
it
whole thing
like
over,
does
that's what happened.
it just adjust to the comp?
What were you saying?
Like if your composition now, say you have it at 24 frames a second, is it interpolate the footage that way, or is it?
No, I think the
stay at
footage
30?
still is at. Oh yeah, the footage is at whatever my phone probably took it at.
Okay.
I didn't interpolate that. I never quite get
I
which
don't know,
one. One of the ways is.
I don't even know if interpolates would work.
No, it is. That's we always use that to. Make this kind of hang up here a little more. It's like when we talk to Cody and Andrew, we have no idea about programming. We just start saying words like ray casting and
Bool. I use
bool,
bool a lot.
bool,
Like, did
ray
you bool it?
casting, and like when the game crashes at some of the conventions, we just start saying shit like. So I think the ray casting's not working, Cody. You should probably fix that.
It's probably the blend free operative.
No clue about any of it. But here's the secret. I don't think Cody has any clue either, so. trying to follow that motion.
You're shooting on twos. That's true. Bob, I made a movie of just the animation. If I shared it on this chat, would people be able to see it? Or is that
No,
something you can
I don't
download?
think you can put
Okay,
a video
so I
up.
can't even do it. Okay, never mind.
I can open it on.
I'll put it on. It's just an MP4, so you can play it without the effects to show where it really goes and comes. I'll put it in Tiny Town Girl. It's just in Tiny Town. That's
Okay.
final sub, yeah.
In the girl one or not the girl?
No, it's just in Tiny Town, and it's the only MP4 in there. You're shooting on twos. I think we can have Casey answer that one. Casey knows his animation.
So I've got a little bit of an after trail there.
Yeah,
We're
then
gonna
you can
feather
like,
that.
Feather and blur.
Let's see what we
And I don't know
can
what
do
feather
here.
means either.
Let's do 15. And let's put that on like, let's try add for now. That's probably a
Ooh.
little too much. Oh yeah, we gotta turn it on the last.
You know what twos are, Casey. I know it. I know it. Fire is it? Let me get my bug. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Alright, let's see what this looks like with this on.
It's fun. That's a fun frame. Oh yeah, that feels like. You could even do like that thing you did with the lights. You know, like it could light up the whole screen when she pisses.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking I'm gonna put that same effect on her.
Yeah,
right now,
Casey,
actually.
you got it. It's 12 frames per second.
What did we do last time?
Essentially, twos means there's 24 frames in an animation second. And if you were to do a second of animation on ones, it would be 24 drawings. If it was on twos, it would be 12 or 13 drawings. And then it goes down the line, threes, fours, and you just divide it by 24.
I'm gonna make this a. I'm gonna bring all that in. I'm gonna call this board trail. This is getting real messy.
Quick and dirty.
What's that? My wife asking about?
Am I getting
No.
fixed? Who's bothering
I
us?
don't know.
Oh, let me see. Matthew Jacobs.
Alright, so let me try that effect again. Glimmer. Let's do intense sparkle. Is that not gonna work on here? What's going on?
Oh, you're only on page. Are you actually reading the Richard Williams book, Casey? It's good. Yeah, well, if you're shooting on 12s, you would need 2 drawings a second, unless you hold, and then you would only need 1.
Why is this doing?
I know animators who shoot on 12s. I guess they're called storyboard artists where I come from, but I don't know why. I don't. We could have had a full length feature with just this if we shot it on 12s.
Why is the glow not working? Edge glow, that's not working. It's something to do with it being a, That works, but I don't want that.
Well, Richard Williams is the master of all animation, so it's a good place to start.
What did we put it on? Oh, because we had a... It's weird. It's not putting the glimmer on it. I don't know if it's because it's a mass solid. Because we just put it on... What was it? Pure white last time? But I had like an orange, right? On the sword. What did we end up doing?
The sword we did that was just an animated shine.
Like it was a PNG sequence.
That was a PNG sequence.
I don't know why this is not,
Here it goes.
So it just had to be white. Okay. Guess it has to be a brighter thing.
It might have to be bright, because the other one wasn't pure white.
It was like see-through, here, let's do candy. That looks better.
Let me find it, Richard.
Alright, let's put this on add. Where is our... We can probably extend our bulge effect. Make it a little bit longer.
You should check out this, Casey. This is one of the first things I've seen Richard Williams do. Not in person, I found it. But it's just 10 minutes. Like, look, everything's animated on it. I have no idea how they timed it out. I have no idea how and back in the day when you just had an Oxbury machine and cells and stuff, I have no idea how he did it. But he's the master. So I was inspired. Flex was somewhat inspired by that scene, I feel like. Oh, Ralph Bakshi? He used to teach at our school. I don't know, he might still teach there. I don't know.
Yeah, he was a teacher.
He might have got it. He might have
probably got fired.
That can. He was outspoken. Oh, that's awesome. Could you have the flash a little after she leaves, or is that just
like
part?
Right,
like that? Then like
we could even start it faded on.
Yeah, he worked on Mighty Mouse, John Kay, when Ralph Bakshi was doing that. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. There you go. That you can get. That does the loop thing nice too now.
That's a weird little loop there.
Yes, that's the same John
All right.
Kay.
So we are...
A little bit of hot water now, that guy.
Hot water John Kay.
John Kay doing some dirt.
Yeah, he did not...
Yeah.
He sounded like a guy that deserves to be in more than hot water.
He did some dubious things, allegedly. I should say.
That's always a good point
yet,
too. Yeah.
He could end up there. We don't know.
All right, let's do a little of this. Where's the effect we had on this?
Yeah, that raggedy. I have no idea how long that took. I don't know why it's not even discussed. I feel I found that online ages ago, and I was like, how is this not being talked about, this scene?
All right, now I'm just adding a. We're gonna add
Like Back to the
overlay.
Future.
For the overlay. Let's see what that does. We'll have a little hover. Little Back to the Future hover going on. So I'm gonna do that mask. We're gonna have to do that with hold frames as well to match.
I just feel like it's one of those scenes that should have been, like in animation school. I feel like people should have mentioned
we
it.
didn't
I had to
talk
find it when
much
I was
about-
working on Super Jail.
We never really.
Well, it's such a feat of animation glory. I don't know how. You know, we talked about like the Beauty and the Beast dancing scene in history of animation, and just like which was just rotoscoped, by the way, and that's not. There was no real mystery after you figure that out.
Yeah.
But this guy did like it's a 10-minute musical number where the whole thing's animated. He probably did it mostly himself.
Probably all of them. All right.
Oh well, we animate live tomorrow too. If you want to join us, then we're same time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, it'll be more.
It'll be
traditional.
more for our video game traditional animation. You too. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
All right, let's see what this little. That should be a lot lower. So it should kind of be down, like where the. Take this clever now. Change it to more of a pinkish purple.
Yeah, that's nice.
Kind of like we did with the glow on the sword last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't even know when we did that anymore.
That was 2 weeks ago. Oh,
Yeah, that
that's
looks
awesome.
better.
That's nice.
Nice. So, once we put on the motion blur. Alrighty.
From that angle, downtown River, it looks pretty.
It does look like a pretty place.
Yeah,
from that.
you just have to lay on the sidewalk. Maybe that's why there's so many people laying on the sidewalk. God, I'm sweating.
Alrighty, let's see what we've got going on here. Is it gonna play nicely?
Okay. Nice. That's awesome.
I don't know what
It's not
half
like
those
low
flashing.
flash.
It's just
Just the
the
paparazzi.
bad glitching all over the place, I think.
Can add like a little camera shake when they drive
Yeah.
by too.
That's why I was figuring, is that ready for that now? Is it all? Anything
Is
else?
that camera shake is something you do last?
Yeah. I do it all outside.
I can't think of anything else I might need. Unless you want to add like a dust trail or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we could do like
Like maybe when they're just driving in. You could get this trail and dust off.
actually could even have a little bit of that
Like when he lands too, or she keeps it shaking. Oh, this dude looks cool. Love big windows. You
Yeah,
would like
it's
our
weird.
blind because
Yeah.
it's hard.
It's
for
fun
you to see,
until-
but Bob's facing the sun every afternoon.
every afternoon around this time the
So
sun
we have
is
a
directly
piece
in
of
my
cardboard.
eye.
I do like the studio, and we have the room next door too that we still have to manage to make our own. There's just two of us though, so we don't need a room yet.
Yeah, the only thing, I mean, it's weird. It's like if you see the shadows don't. It's just weird. They're a lot darker than the ones that you see. But if you actually see the reference photo of like the rock shadow, it's so dark.
Well, yeah, because that's so much
Just
closer
closer
to the
than
ground.
the pole,
I'm
yeah.
sure the closer you get to whatever that light source is, it would be darker too.
All right, let's do a little camera shake on this guy. So I wonder if I should blur the rock a little more too, if it looks a little too.
It looks a
little too
and if
clean. Especially when you zoom out, it's so much cleaner than all of the other. Let's see, let's go into the rock. I put some adjustment layers on this. Let's do 8 on that, and let's do 6 on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like she hits it. Pretty cool.
All right, so we have this out here. Could even do
I just
the
wish we had this in school.
move over to the right. Is that what they're saying? I can't wait to see how this is gonna go down.
Where's the cop? Here we
The
go.
cops they're just telling them to move so they can get by to go do whatever they don't need to be doing, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just needed a leeway.
Alright,
Okay.
so I'm gonna make a null. Okay, I'm gonna call that null shake. I always like to put the anchor point in the middle, I don't know why. It's just a weird habit. I'm gonna move that down off here so we don't have to see it. And we're gonna put that there. So we'll do a little shake when she hits the rock, you think, or a big shake there. The biggest shake should probably be at the end, I guess.
Yeah, I would do just a little one. Give a little impact. The big one at the end, though, you could, and that could even stall a little bit, like when they pass. If you have the time. Come on.
Just a subtle little shake there. There's a little.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Boy, shooting it on ones at the beginning really makes it look different.
Alright. I guess we could do a little bit of a shake. Alright, so then we want another real big shake when gonna try a little something here. Let's make another null. Make its anchor points 50 and 50 to put it in the middle. I am going to make the main comp go to that. I'm going to call that zoom. Then the zoom's going to be going to the shake. All right. All right, let's see if we did a little something with this scale there. To see what that does. Give it a little bit of movement there. Let's see what happens if we
that can go in the trash.
let's see here. Yeah, I guess not. Right, a little.
Oh, I
could
see.
do like a little. It's a little too perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't looks like it's not found footage also.
That. And we'll do a big shake at the end. Let's see here. Boom. Sure nothing gets cut off. This is when I start doing camera shakes is when I forget about.
Yeah, that cut off.
Original position, so it can go back to looping right. All right. Yeah, we got our nice camera shake on there.
Still got that blue flash of occasionally.
Once in a while.
What can he do?
Now, what did we do last time? We ended up doing our own. I think we ended up doing our own like camera shake because we wanted it to be able to loop right. So we have. Let's see here. So that zoom I made, I'm gonna just make that a camera shake. And we're gonna kind of make it look like it's the footage is a little bit handheld. So we're gonna do position. I'm gonna put that on easy ease. I need to make sure I get back to the same exact position as the beginning so it loops well. And I forget how much we moved. It probably wasn't too much.
It is cool that you could just knock this out in under 2 hours. It just makes such a difference.
And it just
Like
takes
we
the,
did,
when the
really
whole
spent
thing,
2
if you
days
saw
on
this in Flash and then you saw it this way, it's just a big difference from what you can do. We don't know much about Toon Boom, and I don't know how much of this you can do in Toon Boom. I can't imagine it being nearly as much as After Effects.
It can't be this comprehensive. It just wouldn't. It would never be able to operate. You couldn't draw and do all that, you know.
All right, let's see what our final thing looks like here. Alright, so that's too much moving around. Let's see what we got going on here. Take all these out. Make it a little more. I don't want it too...
That's pretty
Cool.
subtle. The After Effects is such a fun stage. So much. It is. It takes it from something that just feels
flat or something is
yeah,
not... Yeah.
it just adds a lot of polish.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, maybe we'll put our patented sun flare in.
Get that in there.
Always have a sun
Get
flare.
that in
Always
there.
have a sun flare for no reason. Alright, save this. Effects. I'm gonna go with the red giant one. That one's pretty nice. Stylize. I do light factory. Was I messing with this one today? Get the sun flare in there.
That's your calling card. That's how we know.
That's how
Bob
Exit
is the After
73 was here.
Effects.
Alright, where's my intensity? What do I got here? Let's do flare scale 1.3. Brightness we'll take down. We'll try to cover up the, we'll use it to try to cover up the rock a bit too.
Get it over that. Get it over that rock.
Fix that rock from looking a little too unrealistic there. Alright.
Whoops.
Okay. Bolts are flying.
A bolt flying? It's a hunk of junk.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Do we want to do any fading out too? Any blurring? And the picture actually was kind of...
The picture has some blur
Already
to
had it already.
really.
Or the video. I guess we took actual video footage. There a car moving in the background there.
And you looped it cool too.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little. That might help. Let's see here. So this is, let me light lens flare. Do another adjustment layer. Why? We'll do this called blur. We'll do our little cheating foreground blur. We'll feather it at like 20. And let's see here. Effect. I'm gonna do Gaussian blur. Oh, I didn't make it. I made a null, not a... That's always a problem. Alright, Control C, Control V. Mask. Something like that. Let's feather that. The only problem is that's going to be over them when they come into the foreground, so we're going to have to turn that off. Or actually, we can just put this behind. This foreground blur can go right in front of the rock. Let's see here. I think it could go right there, and then it won't affect her when she goes in front of it. There we go. So that foreground blur, we're gonna make that feather.
Let's.
And I'm gonna make a duplicate of that, move it down. So it's a little more blurred out in the foreground.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That really makes it look small.
Yeah, it's that tilt shift thing that's called. I forget what that's called. What is this? People are peeling
going
out.
outside. It's like
People
Fury
have
Road
got
outside.
to get to Dunkin' Donuts right now.
I'm with them. I'll meet them there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that
So
looks
then,
right.
yeah, that makes it look more.
No, it makes it look so small. Something about that.
We can also do like a bluish. We did this last time too. Do like a bluish gray. Fade that out. We'll do a little something like that. Uh-oh, what's going on here?
Wait, let's see ya. We'll take any sponsorship. It could be Dunkin' Donuts or Bud Light.
I'm gonna put this on. Let's see, colors. Let's do
Even White
color.
Claw. I'm still
White
still
Claw?
holding out on their answer.
One day.
Not really?
No.
No day. I don't
No
think.
day.
That's cool. How you can do that. Multiplies it or whatever.
All right, so let's take that way down.
So that like multiplies it.
It's just a little bit. It's just adding the color of the gray. We'll make that at like 25.
It's cool that I could do that though.
So that like just dulls
Mhm.
out the top of it, but
Mhm.
I kind of don't.
That's
I
awesome.
like that actually. I kind of like it bright.
It's cool that you could do that though.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know if maybe we just blur the background out a little bit more back there. Do one more blur. Just go like that, feather that about 50. Bring that down to about 10. Just brings her in focus a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the only other thing I want to do is turn on motion blur. Guess we'll just motion blur everything. See what happens. Save. Let's turn on motion blur out here. And it should put the motion blur should go through since it's collapsed. We'll see what happens when the camera shakes. Does it bring the blur? Yeah, it looks like it's blurring, right?
Like a blur stuff.
Everything. Like whenever you move everything, it'll add a motion
like
blur
kind
to
of
the
like
whole thing.
Like an autofocus. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I wonder if we should do, for a little while, we'll try one last blur. We'll blur everything.
Blur it some more.
Almost like the camera goes out of focus or something.
It's
when
like that old
hits.
Sasquatch footage.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do too. I forgot about a radial blur effects. All right, so we'll, on that exodus, we have that ripple, but we can also do, what is this one? That's our Gaussian blur for the background. So we want, where's our background effects? All right, we'll do this. Let's add a radial blur. We're not going to do a spin. We're going to make it a zoom. We're going to make it high. We're going to make it 0 for now. We're going to turn that on as she goes past. And actually, I'm going to just put, I might put that over everything. That radial blur. All right. The amount from 0, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, nice. She's zooming on by.
Let's see what that looks like. Let's do an ease in on this. An ease in this. Let's see what that ending looks like there.
Does this like autosave too? Like
You know, I don't
down?
know if it does. There's always, like, if it crashes, there's usually a,
Like they have a
something.
like every 10 minutes they save something.
but I don't know. I may have turned it off too myself because I've had it.
Goes so fast you knocks the cars down.
You could probably keep it up even more for a little bit. We could probably go 35 there. Yeah.
That's cool.
Blast off. All right.
That's tough. Then this is with the camera shaking.
Yeah,
so,
that
okay,
was
so I
just
see what you did there.
all inside the main comp. One last RAM preview. It's going to take a lifetime. Yeah, we should try.
You could really
one of these we
see
should do
the
like a shiny.
imperfections of all the drawings.
Well, when you draw that quickly. We were.
Avert your eyes, everyone.
At one point, I was just coloring in betweens as we really were.
We did this
a
one to
bad-
the wire. We were on a call. We were coloring, and we had two different files opening while I was in betweening and Bob was in betweening.
It's not a scalable system.
What is no? What is this? Casey? Let's. Oh, did you do this in After Effects? That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's neat.
That's cool.
I
Like,
do love that stuff.
Like motion graphics on a card. That's a cool thing.
You ready to be poor with us? Poor and overworked and underappreciated?
Alrighty. So we'll make a final render of this.
I think
in a
we'll make a
minute
render and
post
throw this
up on our
We'll
Twitter.
throw this on Twitter. I expect a lot of shares from the group of 10 viewers right now. No, we're gonna have this, and we're gonna show a progress kind of thing where you see the pencil test version
Like we
and
did with the
effects
last
free.
one.
So we're gonna have a few different versions of this. But I think for the Twitter, we'll just post the
What else
real
do we
deal.
have in here? Do we have some?
Put the rest on Facebook.
Cool. All right. I think that's a good place.
And
to,
look,
to
right
end
at
that.
the 2
Perfect
hour
timing.
mark.
2 hours. We finished.
Share 10 times. I got the PowerPoint down. Oh man.
All right.
It'd be funny if it wasn't so.
No,
true.
exactly. Put this on full. Save this. All right, guys. So tomorrow we'll do a regular drawing blood episode.
30, I think.
Is it 30? Who knows?
It's could be between.
It's
20
season
and
3
30.
already.
It's season 3. There's a cliffhanger. Will he finish the sprites? Spoiler alert. No.
And we got to start working on some new. Maybe we'll start. We got to start doing some Becky Weapons stuff too at some
Yeah, I
point.
had to lay that out. I had to figure
Yeah.
that out because if her arms are so big that I need to figure out how to
Keep it small.
keep. Well, I want the
Yeah.
radius to be the same.
Same. All right, guys.
All right,
We'll see
look,
you
look for this
tomorrow.
on Twitter in 20 to 30 minutes.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you,
See you
tomorrow. Same time.